Hi everybody, TJ Mack Vintage Cards and Nostalgia here, and in today's video I'm going to show a few recent pickups to my collection that fit right into my collecting focus. But before I do that, I just want to thank everybody who watched my card room video last week and for all the comments. I enjoyed reading them and responding to them all, and it's just nice to know that people appreciate what you do within the community, and I'm just grateful for that. And I also think it was a good idea to show off my card room. I like to do it about once a year just to kind of give you an idea how I'm taking all these cards I'm showing in these videos and I'm actually putting them on displays that are reflective of my collecting, and it's not just something I'm showing in the videos, grouping these cards together. The displays are very important to me. It's what I enjoy most about being a collector, more even than the thrill of the hunt and all that, is just putting together these creative displays in my room that really reflect my passion for sports and its history. And what I liked about the display I showed off the last time is it really showed all the elements of my collecting, from the nostalgia that I get when I look at cards to the beautiful artistic beauty of the cards, be it photography or colors, and then also just the history that the cards bring. It just captures the essence of all that I feel as a collector. And I like housing them in that way and switching them out because it really gives that art gallery type feel and keeps things fresh and interesting in the room. So again, just want to thank everybody, and now I'm just going to show you my recent additions. First card I want to show today is this 1969 Topps Luis Tiant, and I have the complete 69 Topps set, but I wanted to get a graded copy to put in one of my display cases. And the reason why is I think this is an example of brilliant photography. Now on this particular card, the photographer draws the viewer in with a camera angled upward, and you would see this on Topps photos from time to time. And what I like about this one is it captures Tiant's confident gaze as he's looking up and to the right. And then you have this blue background, which signifies that the sky is the limit, given the 28-year-old Cuban's stellar ability on the mound. And I also love that 100th anniversary MLB patch on his jersey, telling me that this picture was likely taken in spring training. It is a later series Topps issue from that year, so you would see some of the spring training photos pop up. And also, Tiant had every reason to be confident in this photo. He was coming off a 1968 season where he had 9 shutouts, a 21-9 record, and a minuscule 1.60 ERA. Now, unfortunately, Tiant had an off year in 1969, going from 21 wins to only 9 wins and a league-leading 20 losses. Here's the back of the card. Just a wonderful example of a 69 Topps Tiant here. And I got this card, and sometimes I'll share prices just to demonstrate, what the market looks like right now, being it's a recent pickup. I paid under $20 with tax and shipping for this card. My big pickup of the month was this 1952 Bowman Small of Rams Hall of Fame quarterback Bob Waterfield. Now, I've been wanting a nice copy of this card for at least a couple years, and I finally found it. And there's not a lot of high pop. It's not a high pop card. I think there's only maybe 13 in grade 7, and I think there's under 100 overall. I want to say it was like 82 that have been graded of the Bowman Small of Bob Waterfield. So they don't come up very often for sale. So I was just very happy to add this one. And Waterfield was one of the great quarterbacks from that period of time in football history. And I particularly like this card because it has that purple background and it makes that blue and yellow Rams uniform just pop. And you can see Waterfield there with a determined look on his face as he's getting ready to throw a pass in a pose shot, of course. And he was a gifted runner and a skilled passer who helped lead the Rams to the 1951 NFL championship. Now I'm going to show you something here that I've been wanting to do for a while. Like the baseball issue, the 1952 Bowman football has very similar cropping in all the cards. And when you put these 3 quarterbacks from the early 1950s, which in my view were 3 of the best of that time, together, it just makes for a wonderful looking display. You have the blue on the Otto Graham in the background with the purple, and then you got that pinkish red color behind Bobby Lane there. And you just got the logos on the front of the card with the pennants. I just love these three together. I might have to put them in my 50 to 52 Bowman football display that I showed last week in my video. Here's the back of the Bob Waterfield. Last card I'm going to show today is this 1958 Topps rookie of Vada Pinson. Now, this is on a list of cards that I've been wanting to acquire for a while. I bought this one, though, as part of a bundle with another card that I'll show in a future video. Now, I think Pinson is on the cusp of being a Hall of Famer, but he just falls short in my view. He came up in the majors in 1958 as a 19-year-old and became a breakout star in 1959. I think he was well on his path to being a Hall of Famer in his 20s by having 4 200-hit seasons and 2 top 10 MVP finishes. He spent 11 years with the Reds before being traded to the Cardinals before the 1969 season. After that, he saw his production drastically decline in his 30s, and he retired in 1975 at the age of 36. Now, he batted .297 and had 1,881 hits through his age 29 season, and again looked well on his way to 3,000 in the Hall of Fame, but he only batted .264 in his 30s and had 876 hits, finishing his career with 2,757 hits total. Now, regardless, to me, he's one of the best players in the 60s and someone I want reflected in my collection. He goes nicely with my 1957 Topps Frank Robinson rookie and the 1964 Topps Pete Rose, which is his first solo card. Now, I want to share something I read about Vada Pinson. I was reading quite a bit about him this week, and I went into a blog post where people were sharing their comments, and one of the people that commented shared an interaction he had with Vada Pinson as a child. And he talked about how he approached Vada as he was getting a drink of water from the fountain beside the dugout before a game. And he asked him if he would sign his autograph. And at the time, the commenter was a young child. And he had this model Vada Pinson glove, and he wanted Vada to sign it. And Vada didn't just only sign the glove. He said he sat there and talked with him for about 15 minutes about baseball and quizzed him about what position he played and what he liked to do. I just think a story like that really gives you an idea of what a gentleman Vada Pinson was. And sometimes we talk about reasons why to keep people out of the Hall of Fame because of the negative attitude they had or the controversy that ensued around them in their careers or even after their careers. And I'm not a proponent of that being a reason to keep somebody out of the Hall of Fame. But for those people who do that, maybe we sometimes need to look at the good a person did and how they grew the game through their character and their interactions with other people, as well as the numbers they put up. And if we did that, then maybe Vada Pinson goes from somebody being on the cusp of the Hall of Fame to actually being a Hall of Famer. Just some food for thought. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll talk again soon.